Hey, happy Friday, everybody. It is February 1st and the start of a brand new month, and that's reason enough to celebrate. But today is just the kickoff of a huge celebratory weekend. Tomorrow is Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day, that's right. This is a day when we believe that the future can be predicted by a giant rodent. And speaking of giant rodents, Tuesday is Super Tuesday, when many of us will go to the polls to vote for our choice for presidential candidate. In between those 2 days, we have Sunday and Super Bowl XLII, which I believe is pronounced XLI. XLI. This is going to pit the New England Patriots against the New York Giants. And I'm not a big fan of either team, so I really didn't know who to root for. And then I thought, well, I'm not a Giant by any means, but I am somewhat of a Patriot. So I'm going to root for the New York Giants because, hey, Boston already won the World Series this year. The way the Celtics are playing, they'll probably win the NBA championship too. And 3 world championships in one town in 1 year is just plain greedy. So I'm going to be rooting for the New York Giants. I predict the final score will be Giants 5, New England 4 in overtime. Well, I really don't care who you root for on Sunday as long as you root for somebody. I don't care who you vote for on Tuesday as long as you vote. And I don't care which one of the following stories you laugh at as long as you laugh. So without further ado, here's this week's Friday Funnies. First of all, there she goes, Miss America. Last Saturday, a brand new Miss America was crowned in Las Vegas, and it happened to be Kirsten Hogland. Kirsten Hogland from Michigan is Miss America 2008, and she said she wants to dedicate her reign to the awareness of eating disorders. And she discussed this while she was at a dinner with 2 other contestants, and the 3 of them were sharing a shrimp. All right, how about the John Deere John? You know, you could have that because in the city of Boulder, Colorado, a venture capitalist this week paid $25,000 for the naming rights of a men's room at the University of Colorado. Brad Feld gave them all that money so that he could put his name on a second-floor men's room in the Atlas building, now known as the Brad Feld Men's Room. This guy, who obviously has way too much money, said he wanted to put a plaque outside the men's room to inspire people who were, and I quote, on their way in to do their business, end quote. Inspire them to do what? If it's what I think it is, do you really want your name affiliated with that? I think a much better plaque would be one that said, eat more fiber. All right. Well, John Deere could have the John Deere John if they bought the naming rights, but they take a big part in our next story, which takes place in Adrian, Michigan, where a man named Frank Kazumplik, which sounds like something you'd say after someone sneezed. Kazumplik. Frank Kazumplik was arrested this week and charged with drunk driving. Here's what happened. He was sitting at his home, quietly drinking wine. His wife went to work, took the car to get to work, and Frank ran out of wine, realized he needed some more, so he hopped on his trusty riding lawnmower and went about a mile down to the liquor store where he bought 2 more bottles of wine. He was on his way home, driving in the middle of the street, when police pulled him over and charged him with DWM, drunk while mowing. So Frank Kazumplik, if you're going to drink, just stay off of any farm implement. All right, I've got one more story for you. Talk about potluck. If you live in California and if you have a medical marijuana card, well, relief for whatever ails you is just a vending machine away. At the Herbal Nutrition Center in Los Angeles, they now have a vending machine which will sell you marijuana 24 hours a day. It's $40 for an eighth of an ounce. Fair price, I'm guessing. And so you can go in there at any time, insert your card, insert your $40, get an eighth of an ounce of pot. And the vending machine is conveniently located between the vending machines for Hostess Ho-Hos and for Twinkies. All right, correct change, please. That's all I have for you this week. At your Super Bowl party on Sunday, why not serve groundhog? It tastes just like muskrat. I'll see you next week.